Hello everyone. Hi. I hope you all are doing well. So, welcome to this session. In today's session, we are going to see the deployment part, how we can deploy our application on Vultr. As we all know, Vultr is a cloud service provider. So, we will see how you can deploy your application. I will show you it on two uh, operating systems. We will take first Linux and then we will take your Ubuntu, okay, for deployment. Then after, at the end of this session, we will see some queries, and then we will take the queries which we got on the Telegram, and with that, we will complete the session. Okay. So let me share my screen, and guys, my voice is audible now. I'm and screen is visible to everyone. Okay. So let us start. First of all, we are going to deploy our simple application on your Vultr Cloud. Okay, it will consist of your simple HTML kind of thing, which we will deploy and see how we can access that one. Okay, so the first step, if you can see here, is related to login. First, you have to log in, and then after login, you have to click on this product and then click on compute. So let us go to the dashboard part. From there we can see. Okay, so first you have to log in on your account and then click on this product and then come to your compute. Okay, here in compute, you just click on deploy button. There will be one option, deploy a new server. Click on this one. Okay, when you click on this, there are options to choose your CPU. So we are moving ahead with shared CPU. So click on this one. Now, I want to deploy my server in Delhi location. So I have selected this one. Scroll down. First of all, we are going to use this Alpine Linux. So select this one as a operating system. I have selected this thing. Now, here you have to select the storage. So select the first option and you can see the cost to get dropped. Now scroll down. We need not to have this one, and you can turn off this auto backup. Click on this button, disable auto backup. Now, what is next? This user data. Na? So user data, if I talk, user data can be used to, let us suppose if you want to give some command, okay, to your server while initialization. Okay, so at that time we go with this user data. So I have few things. So user data, you can see here is the user data where we are going to install your Apache. Okay, and then we will create one simple HTML page. Can you see this simple HTML page? For that we have the code. Select this entire thing, copy it and come back to this one. Now paste it here. Okay, all your codes, commands and codes is here. This is a simple HTML page, as you can see. Let me show you on the slide. We are just going to create a simple HTML page. Okay, this shows like hello everyone, welcome to Vultr. It will show one simple line. Okay, HTML line. So let me go back to the dashboard. Now it is saying SSH key. If you want to create it, so you can create it with this button. Click on this one, and the process to create is that you have to open your CMD, and there you have to enter your email ID. From there you can create your SSH key. The process is also given here. In the last session I have discussed this thing. You just have to enter your email ID, and you have to run this command, okay, on your CMD. So I already have this SSH key, so I'm not going to create this one. I'm in the new one. Let me just select. Okay, I think everything is set to default. Okay, the lead selected already. So, okay, again I have to enter this user data. So let me copy this thing. Copy this one and come back and paste it here. Let me cross check once. Okay, fine. Fine. So what you need to do, you have to select. I already have SSH key, so I'm going to select this one. Fine. If you want to have a firewall group, so you can choose this one, and in networks you will get the option to create firewall groups. In the last session I have told you how you can create a firewall. Okay. So in this one we are not going to create a firewall. We will use something different. We will try to set up the port number from your console itself. Okay, from Vultr console. So let me give a name for this. So geeks Vultr server. Okay, so let me cross check once again if everything is right or not. Fine, fine. Now click on deploy. Before we move, okay, fine. Click on this deploy button. It will take some time and it will get deployed. Wait for it. It is getting installed. Let me refresh it once again. Okay, now it is in running state. Open it once again. Now, click on this one, view console. Okay, wait for it. It is still in installation state. Let me again click on view console. It is asking me for the username and password, which you will get it here. The username will be root and password I have copied. So let me come back. And now you have to paste the password. Now click on enter. Now we are connected with this one, with the server. What we need to do, we need to do some changes. Let me come back to the console file here. So we are going to open some ports for our server. So this will be sudo ufw allow 80 port 80 we are going to allow. So we can write it here, sudo ufw allow 80. Now you can check the status, I mean on how many ports your server is listening. Okay, it is listening on port 22 and port 80. So come back to your server and let me copy the IP address of it and let me paste it here. Let me refresh it again and we will see. Go to settings, let me copy the domain name and check like is this working fine or not. It is still saying me port 80 is open, port 22 is open. Okay, fine. Then why it is giving me some error? Okay, let me do one thing. Uh, sudo fw. Now let me check once again. I have disabled this. Someone asked it out like, can the resources be provided using infrastructure as a code? Okay, you like that? Yes, yes, guys. Wait for it. It is still, I think, in process, so we need to wait. Let me do one thing. We can let me hit this again. Let me restart the server. Now again, we need to connect with the console. Let me copy the password from here. This is the username. This is the password I have copied. Okay. Now I'm going to enter the username, which is root. Let me enter the password and now after entering the password, click on enter. Okay, fine. I think now sudo ufw allow port 80 Okay, we are allowing this port 80. Now let me recheck again with the IP address of our server, like is this working fine or not? Because I have reset the things. Okay, still it is saying refuse to connect. Okay, let us create another server. Maybe there is some issue at the cloud. So click on deploy. And before we move ahead, let me copy a few things. So I need to go to user data. So I'm going to copy this thing. Now come back here. Now let us create another server. Maybe there is some issue at the cloud. So try with the new. Click on the same cloud, the shared CPU we are going to use. We are going to choose another data center because previously we have chosen the Delhi. So let us go with the Bangalore. Okay, Alpine Linux we are going. Okay, so 25 GB we are going to use. We do not need this one. We are going to stop this auto backup thing. Click on disable this one, and here you have to enter your user data. Fine. Now click on this add. Sorry. I need not to add this thing. Okay, and then I think I need to enter the user data. I am going to choose this one. Any of this, and let me choose the firewall as well. I will modify this thing. So geek server 2, geek server 2, and then click on this deploy button. And let us check the previous one. Is this working or not? Still not working. Wait for it. It is getting installed. Guys, whenever you are working on cloud, it takes some time. So my screen is not visible. Okay, fine. Let me share it again. Okay, thank you for informing me, guys. So I have just created one more server. The process is same, which we have used previously. Okay, so this is our new server. If you want, I can create one new. Okay, click on this deploy and then click on new server. Then a new interface will open. You have to go with the shared CPU. And this time we are choosing this data center as a Bangalore. So go with Alpine Linux and the 25 GB of storage. And I do not need this one. I do not need auto backup. So disable this one. Now come to user data. Paste this user data here. I am going to choose this Vultr, and for now we are choosing this firewall. Uh, Vultr server 1. Now click on this deploy button. I hope now it is visible. Now screen is visible. So wait for our Vultr server 1 to get installed, and then we will see. After this simple deployment, I will show how you can deploy Spring Boot Java code. Okay. Now it is in running state. Come back to this one. Close this. Fine. Please note your server may still be finishing installing and booting up during the first few minutes of activation. If the server does not ping, you can view console. So I think it is still in initialization state. But let us connect with our console. Click on this view console button. Okay, your instance is currently being deployed, so it is in process. Now it is connecting. It will ask for the username and password. Wait for it. Now it is asking for the username. So the username is common, I mean root. Click enter. Now it is asking for the password which I have copied from the dashboard. Paste it. Now click on enter. Okay. Now what I want, sudo ufw click on this setting. Let me copy this. Okay, still it is giving me the same error. Let me restart it once again. Now copy this password. Let me go to overview. From there you can copy the password. Come back again. We will do the process again. Now we are inside. Sudo allow. Fine, we have added this thing. Let me copy this domain name and refresh it. Or copy this open h. Let me enter here. Okay. Yeah. See, it is working fine. Okay. So you will get this kind of thing when you use the user data. Okay. So our small commands and codes are there in your user data. So it is only going to print this one. Okay, so this is for simple HTML kind of applications, but let us suppose if you have a big application which has multiple APIs. So in that case, what we need to do, I'm going to tell the entire process. The steps will remain same. I mean, you have to go with the same steps. First you have to create an instance, and in this case, in this deployment, we are going to use Ubuntu, okay, 22.4. So let us go back to our dashboard. Is there any query in this one? In the first part, the process was very simple. I don't need this server. There was some malfunction, so I can delete this one. This was also of no use. So you can destroy them because they are going to charge some money. So it is better to destroy them if you do not need the server. So let us start deploying our Java application on cloud. Okay. So let us see what will be the first step. The first step, if you see, we have to repeat the same things. We have to create a simple instance, and the only thing is here, you have to choose Ubuntu 22.4. Okay. So click on this. Let me close this one. Click on deploy. Okay. Now choose this shared CPU option. Go with Bangalore or Delhi. Go with Delhi. It is near. Now here in this case, I am going ahead with Ubuntu and the 22.04. This time I have selected the memory. Now I am going to auto off this thing. Disable auto backup. Now if you want to have SSH key, it is fine. Otherwise, it is also okay. You can select this one if you want. Now let me enter the host name. Spring Boot app or application. Click on this deploy button. Now, meanwhile, let us see what is the next step. It is getting deployed. Open Vultr console and enter username and password. So let it get installed, and then we will do the remaining process. I mean, we will do the installation. We will enter the username and password. Now it is in running state. Click on this one. Scroll down. You will find the password. Copy this thing. Now click on View Console. Someone asked out. It is possible to deploy a machine learning model. Yes, of course. In that case, you need to be careful while choosing the CPU part which we have chosen now. So you need to be careful about choosing that one because there are several options. So choose the correct one and then move ahead with that one. Wait for it, guys. It is still in process, so we have to wait. I need to enter the username. Now it is asking for password. So let me enter the password here. Now paste it. Click on enter. Now you are connected with this server from your console. So let us see what is the next step. Run this command sudo ufw allow port 8080. Okay. So our Java application is going to run on port 8080. So it is like mandatory for us to allow this port. So how we can do? You have to write a command sudo ufw allow any port which you want. So you can enter this port like I have entered 8080. So the port you can allow and click on paste and just click on enter. Okay, so rule is added. If you want to check, you can check this sudo ufw status. Now you can see all the ports which are active and on which your server is listening. So let us minimize this one and let us see what is the next step. Now, what we need to do, we need to install JDK and JRE. So if I show you my application here in POM file, you will see we are using 17, Java 17 version. So that's why we are going to install this one to run our application on cloud. So go ahead and here, write, first write Java. Let us see what it is going to give. Now, can you see this option apt install OpenJDK 17 JRE and then headless? So we need to write this command over there. So let us write apt install OpenJDK apt install OpenJDK 17 JRE and then headless. Fine. Click on enter. It will ask you say write why. I mean yes. Someone asked, like, is it possible to train a model using cloud resources? Basically, uh, your Vultr, it is still in the under development stage, so you will not get all those facilities. But if you go with AWS and all those, so you will get all those things. Okay. If I talk about the service name as SageMaker, AWS SageMaker, Google Vertex, so they give you facility like this. From there, you can train your model. Okay. Sir, it is asking for payment. Uh, Payment means you can, I think it will give you some free credits. So you can use that one. Our JRE is installed. So let us go with this JDK. So write this JSL here. It will give you an option. So we are moving ahead with apt install open JDK 17 and then JDK headless. Okay. So write this command here apt install open JDK 17 and then JDK, then headless. Okay, let me cross check apt install open JDK and then headless. Fine, let me click enter. It is asking me yes or no, so I have entered yes. Basically, Divya Arora, Vultr is a cloud service provider. Okay, so you can use it for storage, for deployment of your applications. Okay, so you can utilize that in this way. Again, my screen is not visible, guys. Is this okay? Guys, my screen is not visible. Hello. I think it is visible. Please let me know, other guys. Yeah, okay, fine. Those who are saying like it is not visible, you can just cross check this thing. Now, so let us see like our Java is installed or not. So you have to write Java and then there's a version. Java is not found, it is saying. So again, let me install this. apt install open jdk open jdk 17 and then apt install open jdk 17 and then I have to write jdk and then headless. Uh, okay, why it is not getting installed? Failed to fetch http ubuntu. Okay, unable to fetch some archives. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me restart myself. Now copy the password. Now it is asking for username, so let me write in root and then let me enter the password. Now I have entered the password. Click on enter. Let me do one thing. Let me update my Ubuntu. Wait for it. Let it get updated. Then I will again check like is this Java is installed or not. Now let me check for JSL. JSL it is not found. It is saying so. Let me install this apt inst install OpenJDK. Install OpenJDK and then 17 we need. So we are moving ahead with 17 JRE first. Let me install JRE and then 17 and then JRE and then headless. Click on enter. Unable to locate package open. Okay, it is giving me headache. Let me install. Open JDK and then 17, then JRE, then headless. apt install, open JDK, 17 dash JRE, then headless. Yes. Okay, I think this time it is going to get installed. Definitely. Wait for it. Fine. Now let us install JDK as well. So JRE is already installed. So again, install open JDK 17 and then JDK and then headless. Now let us check our Java version. As you can see, your JDK 17 is now installed in our server. So let us move ahead. Our Java is installed here in our server. So what we need to do, we need to create a MySQL database on Vultr. So come back to this and go to your databases. Click on this databases. Click on add managed databases. Now there are three databases support here: MySQL, Postgre, and Vultr itself provide its caching databases. Okay, so we are moving ahead with MySQL. In server type, you can go with cloud compute. Now I want this one in Delhi itself. I need not to go anywhere else. Give name to your database like DB1 I am giving. Let me check one more thing. Why it is costing a lot of money. So fine. Now click on deploy. Wait for it. It will get deployed on this one. So it is you can see here it is saying rebuilding. Okay, so wait for it. It will take at least 2 to 4 minutes and then it will get rebuilt. Then we will connect our server with this database. Okay, in our server we will install MySQL engine and we will connect this database with that MySQL server. Okay, guys, anyone has any doubt or query? It will take some time. You can see it is still in a rebuilding state, and we can do one thing. We can install our MySQL in our server. So for that, what we need to do first, we need to install Docker over there. So this is the command sudo apt install dash Docker, and you have to come here. Now click on this button, click on this. Now paste the command to install the Docker first. Meanwhile, it is the MySQL database is getting created. So wait, let it happen, and meanwhile we are going to install the server MySQL server here. Okay. So in parallel, we are doing the things. So you can also do this thing. Now, okay, your Docker is installed. Again, come back, and we need to do some modification in this one. Okay, this command is going to help to connect with your. With this command, you will be able to connect your MySQL server, which is running on your instance or on a server, with the MySQL database which we have created on Vultr. Means the server will be able to connect with this database with the help of this command. I will show you what are the credentials which you will get. So there is one host. You have to copy this host, and there is one password as well. So you will need this password. So let me open my notepad because we need to modify this thing. So let me copy this entire command, paste it here. Now, let us go back to our dashboard, Vultr dashboard. First, we are going to copy this host name. Okay, copy this host name. Now, here you can see dash h now, dash h. After that you have to paste your host name. Okay, so I have copied this one, so I'm going to paste it here. Now, this is done. It is running on port number 16751. So it is same 16751, and the database name is default DB, which is same as ours. Okay, so copy this thing. Now let me check. Still it is in rebuilding state. Let me refresh this page once. Is Vultr a cloud? Basically, yes, you can see cloud. Similar to AWS, similar to Google Cloud, Vultr is also a cloud service provider. Okay, the things which we can do over there, we can also do the same here. Okay, only few changes you will find here, but rest of the things are same. So it is taking too much time, but we have to wait. We do not have any other option. It is still in a rebuilding state. Let me refresh. Meanwhile, you guys have any query, you can ask. Again, I am refreshing the page. Okay, still in rebuilding state. Fine. Okay, fine, fine. So let me try to connect with this one. Now, the command which we have here in our notepad, copy this one, paste this command. Now, paste it here. As you can see, it is getting pasted. So wait for it. Before we click on enter, we just need to cross check our database. It is in running state or not. Let me refresh. It is still showing rebuilding, rebalancing. Okay, now it came to rebalancing. So wait for it. Guys, this Lab is bit, you can say, difficult, but if you have patience, if you are listening it carefully, then you will get it, like how you can deploy your application. Okay, let me refresh again. It is taking too much time. Can you see it is still showing rebalancing? Wait for it. We don't have other option. We can wait on. See, I have created one database previously, so it is in running state. Let me stop this one. Our database is still in rebalancing state. Let me refresh once again. Okay, still in rebalancing state. So you can see all the details like username, password. The password will also be required, but later on, not now. After this, your database window database is live. Then I will click on this here and then click on enter, and it will try to connect with your MySQL database. Ah, fine. Guys, this is one I can say like thing, like we have to wait for it. In a meanwhile, if you guys have any query now, so you can ask with me. I am looking into the chat box. If you have, you can ask. Now it is in running state finally. So let us go to our console and click enter. Okay, now it is getting installed. So in a meanwhile, let me copy the password which will be required, because it is going to ask for the password. Now it is asking for password. Paste it here. Your password will be invisible, so you have to wait and then click on enter. Now we are inside your MySQL. So if you want to see the databases, so you can write a command show databases. Now you can see there is one database named default DB and then MySQL. So these are the few databases. If you want to create any database, so create. If you want to create it manually, so you can create it. Like geek, I want geeks. Okay, now let me again check. So databases. Okay, fine. There was error in the query. So yes. Can you see the new database which is geeks? It came here. Now, at this point, you can say, let me open this same thing in new tab one, in new tab, and then I can explain the things in a better manner. Now, you have one server named Vultr server one. No, Vultr not. It was, I think, Spring Boot now. Spring Boot app. So this is your server, which we have created, and here we have installed your MySQL server, and your MySQL engine is here. You can check this thing. Go to your databases and you will see this db1. Okay. Now let us come back. Let us see what is the next step. We have installed this thing. It is saying like enter password. Now, what you need to do? You need to download FileZilla app. Okay, let me show you how it looks like. Okay, sorry. So click on the first link. Now you will see the option to download this one. Click on download. So you can download this for Windows. Okay. So when you download it, it will look like this one. And I will tell you what is the use case of this FileZilla, why we are using this FileZilla. Basically, if you want to upload something on your server now, so in that case, you can use this FileZilla. Okay. Let us suppose if there is something in your local system and in your local disk, and you want to put that thing on your server. So with the help of FileZilla, you will be able to upload this thing over cloud. I will show you how you can upload. So download it and open it. Now it is asking for host. So for host, we need to copy this IP address of this one host. Paste your IP address here. Now it is asking for username. So username is root. Now again, what it is asking? It is asking for the password. Copy this password from here. Come back to FileZilla. Paste it here. Now it is asking for the port number, so we are going to connect it through port 2022. So there is one button, quick connect. Click on this one and wait for it. It will give you a pop-up. Click on OK. Now, can you see here? This is showing like which kind of thing is there on your server. Okay, so there is .ssh file over there. There is .cache file over there. So let us suppose I want to put something on my server. So let me go there, go to downloads and designer 9. Now I want to drag and go to here, paste it here. Okay, now this will be available on your server. Okay, so but we need not to have this thing. We what is required here? We require a jar file. Okay, basically to deploy our Java application, we need a jar file. So this is a simple Java application. Okay, so those who work with Java, they can understand it is just a simple application just to create a person. Okay. So this is simple application. What you need to do, go to your the application.properties file. In the steps as well, you can see. So first you need to modify the data source URL. Okay. Similarly, if you see previously we are using JDBC MySQL. Okay, to connect with your local MySQL. But in this case, we are not connecting with local MySQL. We are connecting with the MySQL which is there on Vultr cloud. Okay, so for that we need to modify this one, uncomment this, and comment this thing. Now we are going to deal with the cloud thing. So first, at line number 8, you can see this is a Spring data source URL. What is it is written? It is written like JDBC MySQL and the host name. Can you see this host name? Host name with uh, port number 1651, and then at the end, what is it? It is written default DB. Okay, and it is saying like create database if not exist. So what we need to do, we need to change this host name. Go to dashboard, go to your MySQL here. Copy this host name from here. Copy, go back to your uh, IntelliJ IDEA and paste it here. It is what is paste it here. Fine. Now your host name is changed. The port number is same 16751. So what we need to do, we need to change the password as well. Here is the password. So we need to copy the password from here. Come back. Now it is saying paste. Click on paste. Now password is G4. Fine. Now the configuration setting is done. So again, click on this M button. There is one option of M. Click on this package option. There is one option of package. Double click on this button. It will create the jar. Okay. So we will use that jar to deploy our Spring Boot application on cloud. I will show you where this jar get created. It will go in your target folder. So wait for it. Now expand this target. You can see this jar. Okay. So what I can do, I need to go to my directory. I am going to search for this project where it is Spring Security User Detail Service. I am getting inside this target. Now here is my jar. I need to do one thing. There is no need of this. You can close or let it there. Copy this one. Sorry. Copy this. Come out. Go to download. Paste it here. Now let me rename this. I'm going to give a simple name like my project. Okay, my project. What you need to do, drag it and come to FileZilla. Paste it here. Okay, drag and drop it here. Wait for it. It will be get uploaded in your server from here itself. Okay, so this is the facility of your FileZilla. If you want to put something on your server, you can directly drag and drop it here. It will be available on your server. So the entire work is done. Let us go back to your console part. So let me we need not to be there. Exit, click on exit and then bye. Okay, fine. What we need to do, we need to run our jar application, java dash jar my project dot jar. So this is the command to run your java application. So let me check one more thing, java dash jar my project dot jar. Click on enter. Wait for it. Guys, can you see your Spring Boot application is running on cloud now? Okay. So similar to that, now you can pack your application and use the FileZilla to put it over your server, and you can directly run it. Now, what it is saying, it is running on port number 8080. Here in this line, you can see. Let us test our application. Like, is this working or not? So let me show the controller first. So I am just showing the code here. Okay, you need not to worry about that one. So we are going to use this API create. Okay, and what we are going to create, we are going to create a user which will have a username, email, and password. So for that, what we need to do, we need to open a Postman. Postman is used for API testing. So in our case, we are also going to use we are also going to test our API. So the same thing is written here. Like, you have to pass the host name, user root as a username, password, and port number. Okay, click on this quick connect. So I will ask them to upload this thing. Now, what you need to do, go to Postman, let it get open. Click on this new button, and now click on post. Okay. What you need to do, select this body and then raw, and this one. What you need to write first, first requirement is, I think it is name, email, and password. So come back, write name, sorry, name as Sam. I am writing. Fine. Name, email. I think the second one is email. Let me cross check. Email and then password. Email, it is same. Sam at the rate gmail.com. Fine. Again enter, and then now you have to enter the password. Let us suppose I'm Sam 123. Fine. Here the main tricks comes here, and here you have to first the things will be same, but here you need to copy the IP address of your server. Copy this thing, come back, write http colon, sorry, now paste this IP. Let me come back again. Paste this IP and now enter your port number on which your application is running, and now create is the endpoint, I think. Let me again check. Go to controller, create now. Fine. So this is create. Our application is running on cloud. Now I am going to hit this and let us see it is working fine or not. Can you see 200 OK? 200 OK means request is hitting our server successfully, and we are getting the data as well in reverse, like the email, password, and all those things we are getting. Okay. So our API is working fine. So this was the main motive of our session, just to show you how you can deploy your big application which has multiple APIs. Okay. Does anyone else has any query or question? Because now we are moving ahead towards your queries which we have seen on Telegram related to the phase of submission and all. But in the technical part, if you guys have any query, you can ask. I'm looking into the chat box. Any question or query? Okay, fine. So let us move ahead. So let us discuss what are the steps there in your hackathon. So the first step is based on the idea submission only. Okay. So in this case, what you have to do, you have to write the idea of your project. In which format? There is one format as well. So in that format, you have to write your idea. Okay. So the first one is idea submission. So this will be the format. Can you see this thing? First you have to write the title of your project and team members. So you have to write these things on Google Doc. Okay, write these things, I mean on Google Doc. Here you will find Google Doc. Google Doc is here. Now you have to write everything in detail, and after writing the things you have to click on share. Okay, there is one option restricted. Now click on this one and click on anyone with this link. Click on this one and then done. After doing this, you can copy the link, and you have to come back to the hackathon page, and the format should be like this. Okay guys, so be careful about the format. Google Doc, then you will see the option to submit. The submission option should be at the top. New submission. Now there is one option. Click on this. You will see the project title. So let us suppose I am building teamwork kind of thing. Teamwork. So you can write the description. So there is limit, I mean 500 words, and select the theme. Let us suppose I want to build my application on fintech, so select this one. Now paste that link here. After pasting, you can just submit this. Okay, here click on submit. Okay, so it is saying like this will be considered as your submission for the hackathon. Okay, all previous submission will be treated as draft. So whenever you want to submit new, then click on this new submission, and the rest which you have submitted previously will be kept in the draft folder. So the recent one will be considered as the final. So click on the submit, it will be submitted. Okay, so the first step is done. What is the next step? If I talk, the next round is based on your project. Okay, in this round what you have to do, you have to build your project, and you have to share the GitHub link. Okay, in the next submission. Okay, in round 2. So guys, anyone else has any question or query in this? Let me check the comment box. Anyone? I mean, we have seen some queries regarding this one. So if you still have any query or question, so you can ask. Okay, so the round second will be based on the project part. Okay, and you have to submit the GitHub link of your project in the second submission option. And the final one, which is a grand finale. So here you have to prepare a PPT. Okay, 10 to 15 slides. Okay, for presentation. If your project uh, get into this final step, or you can say in get selected. Okay, so you can see in the round second what you have to write. You have to write a detailed project plan. Okay, architectural diagrams you also have to include, technical documentations you have to include. Okay, and the prototype or the code base. Okay, so GitHub link will be required. Here the PDF or doc format will be required. I am just talking about the second round. So in this one the diagram will be required. Okay, so these all are the 3 rounds in your hackathon. Okay, so I hope this session was helpful to everyone. And if you still have any query or question, you can directly ask to me, and I will try to resolve it here, and then we will move ahead. Okay, I think there is no doubt or no query. So let us end this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and best of luck to you all for the hackathon. And we will